Why I started. I didn't start working out to get a flat stomach, not to be a fitness influencer, not for likes, not for approval. I started because I felt broken inside. Everything just felt heavy. I wake up feeling like I hadn't slept. No energy, no motivation, just noise in my head. I'd scroll for hours comparing myself to people who seemed so alive. I'd cry over little things, or nothing at all. And then I'd hate myself for crying. It was this loop I couldn't escape, until one day I didn't have a plan. I just needed to feel something different, so I moved. That's it. I moved. There was a time I didn't even recognize myself. My body felt unfamiliar, bloated, sluggish. My skin looked dull, my eyes looked distant, but the worst part, my spirit felt numb. I didn't care about anything, not school, not my hobbies, not even my friends. They'd message, "Are you okay?" I'd always say, "Just tired," but it wasn't tired. It was something deeper, darker. It was like I was fading, becoming invisible, even to myself. I stopped taking pictures. I wore the same clothes every day. I avoided mirrors. And deep down, I wondered, is this just who I am now? One evening, I decided to go outside. Not for a run, not for cardio, just a walk. 15 minutes. That's it. I left my phone at home. No music, no distractions. Just the sound of my breath, the wind against my skin, leaves crunching under my shoes. For the first time in weeks, I didn't feel trapped in my mind. The world felt bigger than my bedroom. And something inside me whispered, "Keep going." The next day I walked again, then the next. Then one day I stretched. 10 minutes of movement in my pajamas. I found a simple YouTube workout, no equipment, no pressure. My form wasn't perfect. I paused a lot, but I felt proud. It wasn't about the workout. It was about finally choosing myself. I didn't transform overnight. There was number 30-day miracle. No before and after photo that captured what really changed. Because the real transformation wasn't visible at first. I started to keep tiny promises to myself. Like drinking a full glass of water when I woke up. Like going to bed before midnight. Like moving even for 5 minutes every single day. And those tiny promises turned into routines. I became someone I could trust. I stopped obsessing over the scale. Instead, I asked myself, how do I feel today? I swapped guilt for curiosity. Instead of punishing myself with workouts, I explored movement I enjoyed. Some days it was yoga. Other days, dancing in my room. I started craving foods that made me feel energized. Not because I was on a diet, but because I loved how it felt to fuel my body. I journaled. I rested. I learned to sit with my emotions instead of drowning them. People started saying, "You look happy," and they were right. But that glow, it didn't come from losing weight or getting fit. It came from showing up for myself, even on the hard days. I wish someone had told me sooner. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy clothes. You don't even need motivation. All you need is a decision. A moment where you say, "I want to feel different. And I'm willing to try." That decision might look like a slow walk, or 5 deep breaths, or one journal entry that simply says, "I'm trying, progress is messy. Some days you'll feel strong. Other days you'll feel like quitting.
But if
you keep going, you'll discover something no mirror can show you. Strength, self-trust, peace. It's never about the number on a scale. It's about choosing to believe that you are worth the effort. Even when no one is watching. If this feels like your story too, leave a comment. Tell me your day one, or just type, "I'm ready." Because the truth is, you're not alone. And we're in this together.